Now you have to go through what we call the process. Purging of the old sin-like nature, because without that, you can't do what God designed you to do. Y'all didn't hear what I just said. Your old sin-like nature, without it being purged from you and I, we can't do what God predestined us to do. Remember what I said to you, he made us to have dominion over the earth, to have rulership over it, not for us to be sitting back on the sideline watching things go along about. But it's in the will of God for us, but God can't entrust us with what he wants to do for us, because we are not allowing God to process us. I'm going to say that again. God cannot give and allow us to have dominion over West Palm Beach. He can't allow us to have dominion over Miami. He can't allow us to have dominion over the whole state of Georgia, because we don't want to let God process us. But it's in the will of God. He wants for us to have dominion over the whole earth. That's what his word says. But he cannot entrust us with that level of authority and power, because we don't want to get processed. Without being processed, you and I, we're ineligible for that type of level of authority. We must submit ourselves to the process. What is the process? The process is a systematic procedure performed on you to prepare you for your position. Oh, I'm going to say that one more time. The process is a systematic procedure performed on you and I to prepare us for our position. So without going through the process that God chose, I just said something. I just dropped the bomb. The process that God chose. Many of us are choosing our own process. I just said something. Many of us are choosing our own process. We're doing what we want to do, thinking that we're being processed. We're going through, we're suffering. Many of us are suffering, and we're not making headways because we are doing what we want to do. The Bible says, submit yourself unto the Lord. It said, present your bodies as a living sacrifice, holy and acceptable unto the Lord. This is your reasonable service. That's the least you can do. That's what he means. One scripture says, I beseech you therefore, brother, meaning please present your body. That's the least you can do for the sacrifice that he made for you and I. The Bible says, the angel said, who is man that God is so mindful of them? He numbers every single one of their hairs. Who is man that he's so mindful of them? But because we don't want to go through the process that God is choosing for us, we are ineligible, we are unqualified to do what he designed in the will for us to do, to have dominion. The Bible says the whole earth is moaning and groaning, waiting on the manifestations of the sons of God. An example of that is those who are submitted under the process that God chose for them and allow God to develop them and cultivate them into the character of God. Because God ain't going to have you and I embarrassing him in those different arenas. I'm going to say that one more time. God will not allow us to embarrass him if he puts us in until you go through the process that God chose for you. You and I, we're ineligible. We're not qualified. Because of our sin-like nature. The Bible says we are born in sin, shaping into iniquity. So that baby that's 2 days old, that he's so cute and curly, he or she, they're so cute and curly, they look so precious. Oh, my God. That cute and curly baby already know how to lie, know how to steal, know how to cheat, know how to masturbate. They know how to do it all. So it is imperative that you and I go through the process. Without it, God cannot use us. Notice what I just said. The whole earth is moaning. They're waiting for us. They're waiting for us to submit to the process that God chose for you and I. The Bible says Jesus is our example. So if he's our example, then there are things that we should study what he went through and pattern our lives behind it. What did Jesus do? Sacrificed his place where he was already fixed and set. A place that we know of, the most luxurious place that we know of is in this existence, where the streets are made with